Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive today. We're talking about something pretty revolutionary.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to blow some minds.
Absolutely.
We're going to be diving deep into shockwave therapy.
Specifically, a technology called SoftWave.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of this?
I've heard whispers.
Okay, yeah.
So what is it? What is shockwave therapy?
So shockwave therapy, it's called Extracorporeal Shockwave Therapy, or ESWT for short. And it basically uses targeted energy waves.
Energy waves, like sound waves or something.
Kind of like that, yeah. They're high energy sound waves that can stimulate healing.
Stimulate healing?
Yeah, at a cellular level.
So it's not just masking the pain or...
No. It's about actually repairing the damage.
Wow.
And the crazy thing is we're seeing applications across so many different areas of medicine now.
Oh, really? Like what?
Orthopedics, wound care, even urology.
Wow, that's a pretty wide range.
Yeah, it really is cutting edge stuff.
And I know a lot of people are talking about inflammation these days.
Oh, absolutely.
It seems like it's at the root of so many health problems.
It really is.
So how does shockwave therapy play into that?
Well, inflammation is actually a natural part of the healing process.
Right.
It's our body's way of responding to injury or infection.
But it's when it becomes chronic.
Exactly. When it hangs around too long, that's when it starts causing problems.
Like pain, stiffness, all sorts of things.
Exactly. And even more serious chronic conditions.
So is that where SoftWave comes in?
Yeah. So research on ESWT shows that it can actually modulate inflammation.
Okay.
It can stimulate angiogenesis.
Angiogenesis.
Yeah. It's the formation of new blood vessels, which is crucial for healing.
Oh, I see.
It can also activate stem cells.
Oh, wow. So it's kind of like jump-starting your body's repair process.
You got it.
That's incredible.
And there's even more.
Okay, I'm listening.
SoftWave is unique because it delivers a true shockwave.
A true shockwave. What makes it true?
It's all about the applicator design. It creates this really rapid rise in pressure, followed by a slower decay.
So it's a very specific kind of wave.
Exactly. And that allows it to penetrate really deep into the tissues.
Without causing damage.
Right. No micro trauma like you might see with some other types of shockwave therapy.
That's a big deal.
Huge.
So it's not just skimming the surface.
No, it's going deep down to where the real healing needs to happen.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and the FDA has cleared SoftWave for a lot of applications.
Really? Like what?
Well, for one, activating connective tissue.
Oh, wow.
It can treat chronic diabetic foot ulcers and even second-degree burns.
That's amazing.
It can increase blood flow, which is essential for healing.
Right.
And it can also provide temporary pain relief.
Okay, so a pretty wide range of uses.
Yeah, and in Canada, it's licensed for even more things. Tendon issues, plantar fasciitis, stress fractures, wound healing, scar tissue, even erectile dysfunction.
Wow. So we're talking about a technology with some serious potential here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you mentioned some research earlier.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example of a study that really demonstrates how effective SoftWave can be?
Sure. There was this study published in the newsletter of the International Society for Musculoskeletal Shockwave Therapy.
Okay.
And they looked at tendon and bone healing in rabbits.
Rabbits.
Yeah, they're often used in this type of research.
Okay, so what did they find?
Well, they found that the rabbits who got the shockwave therapy had significantly increased expression of these things called growth factor.
Growth factors.
Yeah, they're like these proteins that are essential for healing tendons and bones.
Oh, okay.
And this ultimately led to much stronger tendon-bone connections in the rabbits who were treated compared to those who weren't.
That's pretty impressive.
It is.
So this is like huge for athletes or anyone dealing with tendon injury.
Exactly. It's a game changer for those types of conditions.
It's really amazing to think that we have this non-invasive technology.
I know, right?
That can actually accelerate healing and strengthen those critical connections.
It's not just about masking the pain, it's about getting to the root of the problem and promoting real healing.
Exactly. And you know what I find so compelling about this is that it's not just about the science.
Right.
We have to think about what this means for patients in the real world.
Absolutely.
No pills, no injections, no surgery.
Exactly.
And from what we're seeing in the research, patients were experiencing faster healing, less pain, and long-term solutions.
It's really remarkable.
Plus, the treatment times are relatively short and recovery is quick.
Yeah, it's a win-win for both patients and practitioners.
Definitely. Okay, so there was one study I came across that really caught my eye.
Oh, yeah.
It was from Innsbruck Medical University.
Okay.
And it looked at the impact of shock waves on the innate immune system.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a fascinating area of research.
So can we talk about that for a minute?
Sure.
What is innate immunity exactly?
So innate immunity is basically your body's first line of defense.
Okay.
It's a non-specific immune response, which means it's ready to go at a moment's notice.
Against anything?
Yeah, pretty much it protects us from a wide range of threats.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what do they find out about shockwaves and this innate immune system?
Well, they found that shockwaves can actually activate a very specific receptor.
A receptor?
Yeah, it's called toll-like receptor 3, or TLR3 for short.
TLR3, okay.
And this receptor plays a key role in the innate immune response.
Okay, I'm following you.
Yeah.
So how does activating this TLR3 actually help with healing?
Well, when TLR3 is activated, it triggers this whole cascade of beneficial effects.
Such as?
Increased blood flow to the injured area, tissue regeneration, and a reduction in necrosis.
Necrosis.
Which is basically tissue death.
Oh, okay. So it's like the shockwave therapy is sending a signal to the immune system saying, hey, we need some help over here.
Exactly. And the immune system responds with this surge of healing power.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And all of this is happening because of these targeted energy waves.
It's pretty amazing, right?
It really is. And it's not just a one-size-fits-all approach either.
No, definitely not.
Because the research has shown that the effects of shockwave therapy are dose-dependent.
Right.
Meaning the intensity and frequency of the treatment can be tailored to each patient's needs.
Exactly. It's all about finding that sweet spot for optimal healing.
That makes a lot of sense.
And it really highlights the sophistication of this technology.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the science behind shockwave therapy.
Yeah.
Specifically SoftWave.
Right.
But what does all this research tell us about the future of this field? Where do we go from here?
Well, what's really remarkable is that we're seeing this consistent evidence.
Consistent evidence.
Yeah, from some of the most respected research institutions, medical centers, and even professional sports teams.
Wow.
This isn't just anecdotal evidence, it's robust scientific data.
That's reassuring.
It really is. And SoftWave is at the forefront of all of this.
That's exciting.
Yeah, they're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with non-invasive healing.
I'm really inspired by what I'm hearing.
It's inspiring stuff, for sure.
It really makes you wonder, where do we go from here? What other incredible possibilities are on the horizon?
That is the question, isn't it?
It is, and I think it's something worth exploring further.
Absolutely.
But for now, let's take a moment to recap what we've covered so far, because it's been a lot.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
Okay, so today we're diving deep into the world of SoftWave shockwave therapy.
Right.
And its incredible potential to unlock your body's natural healing abilities.
Exactly. We've talked about how this technology works at a cellular level to reduce inflammation.
Activate those powerful stem cells.
And accelerate tissue regeneration.
And all of this without the need for invasive procedures or lengthy recovery times.
It's a testament to the power of innovation and the body's own ability to heal itself.
It really is. And for those of you listening who are struggling with chronic pain, an injury, or a condition that just hasn't responded to traditional treatments, SoftWave might be something to consider.
It's definitely worth exploring.
But of course, always talk to your healthcare provider.
Absolutely, they can help you determine if SoftWave is right for you.
But as we've seen today, it offers a really unique and incredibly promising approach to healing, one that could potentially transform the lives of countless individuals.
Well, I couldn't agree more.
Okay, so before we wrap up this part of our discussion, I want to go back to that thought-provoking question you posed earlier.
Oh, you mean the one about how SoftWave could reshape healthcare on a societal level?
Yes. That's the one. I've been giving it some thought, and I'm really curious to hear your perspective.
Well, let's imagine a future where preventative medicine and non-invasive therapies like SoftWave become the norm.
Oh,
Instead of just reacting to diseases, we're proactively promoting health and well-being.
That's a future I would love to see.
Imagine a world where individuals are empowered to take control of their own health.
Yeah.
Where healthcare costs are potentially reduced and the burden of chronic disease is significantly lessened.
It's a powerful vision.
It is a future worth striving for, and SoftWave is just one piece of the puzzle. But it's a piece with enormous potential.
Absolutely.
As we continue to innovate and harness the power of these transformative technologies, we have a real chance to create a healthier and more vibrant future for everyone.
That's beautifully said, and I completely agree.
Good.
It's a reminder that science and technology aren't just about advancement for advancement's sake.
Right.
It's about improving lives and creating a better world for all of us.
Well said.
And I think that brings us to the end of this part of our deep dive into the world of SoftWave.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting conversation.
It has.
A lot to think about.
Definitely. And to everyone listening, thank you for joining us on this incredible journey
Yes.
into the world of SoftWave. We'll be back soon with more.
Stay tuned.
Until next time, keep those brains curious and those bodies healing.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. It really is a lot to think about. So we were just talking about how SoftWave could potentially reshape healthcare on a societal level.
Yeah, it's a pretty big idea.
It is, but I think it's worth exploring. Imagine a future where conditions that once required surgery or long-term medication could be treated non-invasively.
Wow.
Less downtime, fewer complications.
That would be a game changer for so many people.
It would, and it's not just about treating existing conditions either.
Oh, what do you mean?
What about preventing them in the first place?
Oh, that's interesting.
The shift toward preventative medicine is huge right now.
It is, yeah.
And I think SoftWave has a big role to play.
How so?
Well, what if we could address inflammation and promote tissue regeneration early on?
Okay.
Potentially stopping a lot of those chronic conditions before they even start?
So we're talking about moving from a reactive approach to a proactive one.
Exactly. Optimizing health, preventing disease, instead of just waiting for things to go wrong.
I love that idea.
Think about it, athletes using it to recover faster from training, reduce their risk of injuries, people with a family history of certain conditions using it to strengthen their tissues.
To prevent those conditions from developing?
Exactly. It's about empowering people to take charge of their health.
I love that. It's a really empowering message.
It is. And that's what excites me about this technology.
It's not just about treating disease. It's about promoting health, resilience, longevity.
You got it.
Okay, so let's dive into some of the specifics of SoftWave technology for a moment.
Sure.
We talked about its unique applicator.
Yeah.
But what else makes it stand out from other shockwave devices?
Well, one of the key things is that SoftWave uses a true unfocused shockwave.
A true shockwave.
Right.
Okay, what does that mean exactly? And how is it different from other types of shockwaves?
So a true shockwave is basically a high-energy sound wave.
Okay.
It's characterized by this really rapid rise in pressure, followed by a relatively slow decay.
Okay, so it's all about the shape of the wave.
Exactly. And this unique waveform allows it to penetrate deep into the tissues.
We talked about that a little bit earlier.
Right. And it actually creates these tiny cavitation bubbles.
Cavitation bubbles, what are those?
They're basically these little pockets of gas that form in the tissue.
Okay.
And when they collapse, they generate this secondary wave.
A secondary wave.
Yeah, and that secondary wave enhances the therapeutic effect.
Wow, so it's like a 1-2 punch.
Exactly. And this controlled cavitation is actually thought to be one of the key mechanisms by which SoftWave stimulates cellular activity and promotes healing.
That's fascinating. So it's not just about the force of the wave, it's about how it interacts with the tissues on a microscopic level.
Precisely. And that's what sets it apart from radial pressure waves.
Right, which are more superficial.
Exactly. They tend to spread out more radially from the applicator, and they don't generate that same level of cavitation.
So if you're looking for deep tissue penetration and those really powerful therapeutic benefits,
Yeah.
a true shockwave device like SoftWave is the way to go.
You get it. It's all about using the right tool for the job.
Right. And when it comes to stimulating healing at a cellular level,
Yeah,
SoftWave seems to be leading the pack.
it is for sure.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the science and the technology.
Right.
But let's bring it back down to earth for a minute.
Okay.
What does all of this mean for patients in a practical sense? What can someone actually expect when they go in for a SoftWave treatment?
Well, the first thing to know is that it's non-invasive.
No needles, no incisions.
Nope.
That's a big plus.
It is for a lot of people.
Ah.
And the treatments themselves are pretty quick.
How quick are we talking?
Usually just 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's shorter than I expected.
Yeah, it's not a huge time commitment. And the sensation itself is usually described as a tapping or pulsing.
Okay.
It can range from mild to moderate in intensity.
So it's not necessarily a spa treatment,
No, not quite.
but it's not going to be excruciating either.
Right. And of course, the therapist can always adjust the intensity based on your feedback.
It's good to know. And what about recovery time? Is there any downtime after a treatment?
That's one of the best things about SoftWave. There's typically very little to no downtime.
So you can go back to your normal activities right away.
In most cases, yes.
That's fantastic. No need to take time off work or clear your schedule.
Exactly. It fits into your life really easily.
I love that.
Yeah.
And because SoftWave works by stimulating your body's own healing mechanisms,
Yeah,
you often start to see improvement within a few weeks of your first treatment.
that's right.
So how many treatments does someone typically need to see those results?
It varies depending on the condition and the individual.
Of course.
But most people receive a series of 3 to 6 treatments,
Okay.
spaced about a week apart.
So it's not a one-time magic bullet.
No.
It's a relatively short treatment course
Right.
with the potential for lasting results.
Exactly. And for a lot of people, those benefits extend beyond just pain relief.
Oh, yeah.
In what way? We're talking about restoring function, improving quality of life, helping people regain their independence, and get back to doing the things they love.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
It is. It's about giving people their lives back.
It's really remarkable how far we've come in terms of harnessing the body's natural healing abilities.
I know, it's incredible.
And SoftWave is a perfect example of that.
It is. And what's exciting is that this is just the beginning.
Oh, how so?
The field of shockwave therapy is constantly evolving.
Oh, I bet.
New research is emerging all the time. So who knows what incredible breakthroughs are just around the corner.
It's an exciting time to be following this technology for sure.
It is. So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We've explored the science behind SoftWave
Its unique features and applications.
and what patients can actually expect from treatment.
It's been a really fascinating discussion.
It has. And I think it's important to emphasize that this technology really speaks to the body's incredible ability to heal itself.
When given the right support.
Exactly. And for anyone listening who's interested in learning more,
Yeah.
a great place to start is by talking to your healthcare provider.
They can help you determine if SoftWave is right for you.
Absolutely. And of course, there's a ton of information available online as well.
But, as always, it's important to consult with a healthcare professional before making any decisions about your health.
Couldn't agree more. Your health is your most valuable asset.
Okay, so before we wrap up this part of our discussion,
Yeah.
I want to go back to that thought-provoking question you posed earlier.
The one about how SoftWave could reshape healthcare on a societal level?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I've been giving it some thought, and I'm really curious to hear your perspective.
Okay, well, let's imagine a future where preventative medicine and non-invasive therapies like SoftWave become the norm.
Okay.
Instead of just reacting to diseases, we're proactively promoting health and well-being.
I love that vision.
Imagine a world where individuals are empowered to take control of their own health, where healthcare costs are potentially reduced and the burden of chronic disease is significantly lessened.
It's a powerful vision.
It is. It's a future worth striving for.
And it feels like something that's within reach.
I think so too. And SoftWave is just one piece of the puzzle.
Right, but it's a piece with enormous potential.
Absolutely. As we continue to innovate and harness the power of these transformative technologies, we have a real chance to create a healthier and more vibrant future for everyone.
That's beautifully said, and I completely agree.
Yep.
It's a reminder that science and technology aren't just about advancement for advancement's sake.
Right.
It's about improving lives and creating a better world for all of us.
Well said. I think that's a great place to leave it for now.
Yeah, this has been such an insightful and inspiring conversation.
It has been. And I'm excited to see where this technology goes from here.
Me too.
Yeah.
And to all of our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of SoftWave.
Yes, thank you.
We'll be back soon with more.
Stay tuned.
Until next time, keep those brains curious and those bodies healing. It really is. It makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. You know, sometimes the first step is just believing that healing is possible.
And that's what I find so inspiring about technologies like SoftWave. It's offering people hope.
And a chance to reclaim their lives.
Exactly. And as we've been talking about, it's not just about treating symptoms.
Right.
It's about addressing that root cause of pain and dysfunction.
Getting to the source of the problem.
Yeah, and we've seen how SoftWave works at a cellular level, reducing inflammation, activating stem cells, promoting tissue regeneration.
It's pretty remarkable stuff.
It really is. And it makes you wonder what the future holds for this technology.
Oh, absolutely. The possibilities are endless.
Imagine if we could prevent chronic pain and injuries altogether.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
It would. Or what if we could accelerate healing to the point where it seemed almost effortless?
Those are the big questions we're all grappling with.
And I think SoftWave is paving the way for a future where those possibilities might actually become a reality.
I think so too. But it's not just about the technology itself.
Right. What else is there?
It's about a shift in mindset as a society.
A shift in mindset.
Yeah, moving away from that reactive approach to healthcare.
Okay.
And embracing something more preventative, more holistic.
I like that, empowering individuals to take control of their own health and well-being.
Exactly. Putting people back in the driver's seat.
I think that's a vision worth striving for.
Absolutely. This has been such a great conversation.
It really has. It's been so insightful and inspiring to dive deep into the world of SoftWave with you.
Likewise. And to everyone listening, thank you for joining us on this exploration of healing and innovation.
We hope you learned something new today and maybe even feel a little bit more hopeful about the future of healthcare.
Remember, healing is a journey.
And there's always hope.
Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and keep believing in the power of your body to heal.
This is The Deep Dive, signing off.